very good afternoon to all of you. How have all of you been doing in the last 1 week? Today, I would like to talk about the lessons learned from the pandemic, especially in this particular year, in the year 2021. Now, over the year, all right, especially from the start of the pandemic, and as the lockdown is slowly lifted, many changes in the way that we operate the business are most likely here to stay. But what lessons do we need to ensure that we have truly learned from this pandemic? So at Leadership Matters, let us look at what we need to do in order to have a healthy business. I have drawn out 4 points here, all right, and hopefully to guide you, and these are some of the lessons that we have learned, all right, and I hope it will be helpful to all of you. Now, the first one is output, not hours that matters. Many businesses have been measuring productivity through the number of hours that we put in, right? So the pandemic basically have taught so many of us that it matters less, right, how long it takes for someone to do a task, and more that they get the job done effectively. So self-employed or even small business owners, all right, have been working successfully in this way for decades, right? So the second one is people are your most important asset. So if you do not know that, right, please know this by heart. Your people are your most important assets. Treat all your colleagues with compassion, with respect, and with gratitude. And in return, what they will do is they will show loyalty and they will work hard. So showing your workforce that you appreciate them will only increase what? Job satisfaction, which will in turn maintain your staff retention rates. Okay, other than that, you'll boost productivity and you will also boost morale. Okay, so that's the second point. Now, the third one is basically global village. While the pandemic has put a stop, all right, on most international and domestic travel, well, business have never, all right, worked more globally thanks to working remotely, working from home with video and with audio conferences, chat, webinars, and all the social media that we have. So these solutions are far more cost and time effective. And ultimately, okay, these are productive way to work as long as they are not dependent upon entirely human contact, because it is still has an important part to play, particularly to promoting creativity and also innovation. So while borders are still closed here and there, global reach has never been more possible. So that's global village. And the next point here, all right, it's on inclusion. Now, countless times, all right, in last year, we have seen a lot huge national and global movement, demonstration, people standing up for what they believe in despite the pandemic. Now, a business that sees the importance of diversity and inclusion of different races, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, age and physical abilities, religion and social economy status, and celebrate those differences. And that creates an environment where people will feel comfortable to be themselves. Okay, bullying and harassment are absent, and guess what? People will thrive. The next one is on the importance of health. You see, the pandemic has made us understand how important, all right, but basically how fragile our health and well-being is. So reconceptualizing our health policy is so important. So don't just follow the guidelines, go over and above, find out what your employee need, and bear in mind that individuals may well have contrasting needs, different needs. So be clear about the importance of your physical and your mental health. Next one, the 6th point is basically on open communication. Once again, I've said this countless times, and umpteen of times how important open communication is, because it is the key to combating systematic problems at your work, such as bullying, and where possible, it reminds colleagues to share, or your staff to share their feelings and troubles at work, and be a role model, all right, in this way. So be empathetic, active listening, and show care for the well-being, all right, in order to help your employees to speak up and to feel that they are truly being heard. And this is so important, And the next one is trust. Now, trust. Don't micromanage. I repeat that again. Don't micromanage. You see, with employees having to work from home, all right, companies have been forced, to place their trust in their staff more than ever before, right? I'm sure you will agree with me on this. So micromanaging your workforce, it basically damages your employee trust, right? And it will lead to burnout, and it will increase your employees' turnover rates, right? I've just spoken about the Great Resignation in my last video, right? And this is true. So trust is the key of all aspects of business and success, including your employee retention, their loyalty, increased engagement, productivity, and empowerment. So that is trust. The 8th point is relationships matter. Now, during the last almost 2 years, during the pandemic and the lockdowns, we are not in office, but you see, the relationship still matter. So even if we are not in office, we are not in the same building, so an absence in communication or the social media side, of working as colleagues or your staff is really, really damaging. So you need to make the effort to reach out to support your staff. Leaders, hear this out. You must make effort to reach out to support your staff. You need to reach out and also to work collaboratively and to maintain relationships that will help keep the company thriving, encourage creativity, and also to keep morale at a high level. Okay, so that's why relationships still matter, regardless whether you work from home or whether you work in office. All right, so that's so important. Number 9, flexibility and agility are so vital. Flexibility, you see, will increase your staff well-being and also their job satisfaction. So if you give your employees the option to choose, let them choose, their ideal schedule and setting within the, the reason, and allow leaders to show that they understand and they care that they all have additional important personal commitments and responsibilities. So people also work better at different hours of the day. All right, I'm sure you agree with me. All right, and don't we want them to work, when they are most productive? So having internal procedures in place to acknowledge that we don't have to be at work at the same time will definitely benefit the business in terms of your employees' experience, in terms of innovation, and also ultimately growth. And that's why we want to see. So flexible and agility. And the 10th point, okay, which is my last point, work-life balance. We have heard this, so, through the years. But, in the pandemic and now slowly getting out of the pandemic, basically this has become so true. Place importance on work or home-life balance. Now, burnout is a real problem. I repeat this. Burnout is a real problem. So during the pandemic, it has become worse for many, particularly, especially for mothers who work. But the forced circumstances also highlighted to many what they aspire to and what is important to them. So you need to act decisively on the changes that need to be put in place. Consider the different spaces, the circumstances and equipment that people have at home. So working from home was put in place as an emergency solution, if you remember that. But it is here to stay, basically as one of the format or another, working style. So that's work-life balance. So the 10 points that I have listed out here, which is number one, output and not hours that matters. People are your most important assets. Number three, global village. Number four, inclusion. Number five, the importance of health. Number six, the open communication. Number seven, trust. Number eight, relationship matters. Number nine, flexibility and agility. And number 10, work-life balance. So I hope, this will be of some help to you. And if, these are not the lessons that you learned, I'm not too sure what you have learned, but to me, this is so true. Once again, I'm Phillip Leong, okay? Thanks for subscribing and been following my videos. And if you want more of such content, all right, do like, share, and subscribe. Remember, okay, leadership matters because people matter. So stay safe, stay healthy, and be a blessing. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.